This is one phone call that just saved someone about $9,000. So I just have to share this with you guys today. I've had a couple of these instances happen where I save people a lot of money, and this particular scenario was just so over the top that I really had to do one of these today. So the buyer of Underwood Avenue called me. He was having an issue with his septic pump pumping up to the drainage field, since they have septic out there. They had called a particular company that I'm not going to name that is known for taking advantage of people. And when he gives me this repair cost for the supposed pump that is no longer good, even though it's about 2 years old, slightly over warranty, but beyond warranty, it's 2 years old. The pump has supposedly failed. Not normal for being this young, the pump, especially for the home not being used for not even 6 months yet, really. He's being quoted something like $9,200 to replace the pump, parts, labor, and then they're trying to pump the tank also, which should not need to be done when you've only been living there since April, right? So, he just runs this by me really quick. Does that make sense? No way does that make sense. Knowing the total cost for a whole septic field, a whole holding tank, the pump, all the sand and the corrugated pipe and the permitting costs. I mean, you could almost do another septic field completely for what they're charging. That's not right. So I, of course, reach out to the septic installer because I don't know enough to try to diagnose this myself. So the septic installer, he tells me, hey, if it's a bad pump, worst case scenario, it's going to be $950. Not $9,000, but $950. Huge difference, right? Well, he goes out and he checks it out, and it ends up being something else. He charges them $200 to get this pump fixed and up and running again. $200. $9,200, $200. That's a lot of money. That could have been a very costly mistake. This gave me deja vu because I actually had a friend out in Hastings call me a while back because he was being quoted, I want to say it was like $5,000 or $5,500, essentially like the price for a brand new well, to have their well system updated because they had bought an existing lot with an older well on it. And he had called a water purification company to come do this. So, okay, water purification company versus having a local well company that can also do water purification systems. I'd rather go with the local company. I've used 2 out there. And so I have my local well company that we've used before go out and just assess what's going on. Is this a useful well? What do we need to do? And I think he charged him, this was a while back. It might have been $2,000. And it was they relined the pipe and they, I think, replaced the pump, something like that. But they were trying to do a whole new well with that other company. This other company, no, we don't have to do that. You need a new pump, but your well system is good. We just need to reline it because it's so old. A lot of cost savings can be found, when you're working with someone who knows the price of everything, and that's what I do. I'm just pricing things out every single day. And chances are, whatever my clients need, I've priced out for myself within the past year. I know the approximate going rate for 2-3 installers minimum. So this is just one of the many reasons why it helps to work with a realtor who might be familiar with this kind of stuff. Because when you move in your home, if it's new, if it's existing, whatever, you're going to come across problems, things that are going to cost money, and you're going to want to be able to call someone on speed dial who's going to answer and tell you what it is. And if I don't know, I'll find it out, or I'll tell you I don't know. At least you called me and we tried to figure it out together.